Signore e signori,
dichiaro aperta la celebrazione Giochi Olimpici Invernali.
Si sta avvicinando allo stadio.
Forza, forza! Dai, 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 dai! Dal record della pista! Record della pista! Prima!
Buongiorno and welcome to Keep the Flame Alive's Day 8 coverage of the Milano Cortina 2026 Winter Olympic Games. I am your host, Jill Jaracz, coming to you from Shukflastan House, joined as always by my lovely co-host, Alison Brown. Alison, ciao, como stai?
Ciao. We're halfway through.
We are halfway through.
So we're on the downward slope of the skimo route.
There we go.
We've climbed up and now we ski down.
That's right. And skimo hasn't even started yet. Skimo, we hardly knew ye. That's what we're going to say when this is over. It's been a day. It's been a long day.
You've had a very long day.
Very long day. I hit the wall about 30 minutes ago, I think.
You need to get some sleep.
Yeah, so did we forget anything yesterday?
I don't think we did.
If we did, I've forgotten that I forgot something.
So let's go with it.
That's good. I'm sure there's something I've forgotten. And I think on the train back from Bormio, I remembered something that I forgot. I didn't have
means to write it down.
Yeah, well, I did, but I just didn't think to do that. Train was a little crowded. Anyway, let's maybe we'll remember tomorrow. What officiating or volunteer job would you like to do?
So I was watching a medal ceremony actually on the television tonight, and there are people who prepare the trays with the medal. Right. And the mascot, and they lay it out just so and put the ribbon just so. That is right up my alley.
There you go. I went out to Alpine. I would like to be a forerunner.
Okay, what is that?
That is the person who goes down the track, or people. There are several forerunners. They go down the track before everyone else, before the competitors, to make sure that the course is okay. Ski-wise. You don't have to go as fast as they do, and people cheer for you at the end.
That sounds very lovely.
Cultural moments, because you would have had them today, I guess.
I did have some cultural moments today, and one of them is they do, in fact, celebrate Valentine's Day in Italy. Not as big of a deal, but the flowers at the Esse Lungo were going fast. It was extraordinarily crowded at the grocery store today. And the two aisles that were busy, flowers, chocolate.
Oh.
So the gifts here are the same as they are in the United States.
I am sure of that. I had a little bit of a cultural moment because I walked around Bormio before I got on the bus to come back. And they had a fan zone.
Oh, nice.
So a little fan. Bormio is a very cute village, like the center of the city or village, town, whatever you want to call it. It's not really a city, but the center is that really old, I don't know how far it dates back, to be quite honest, but it's the stucco buildings painted, a lot of them painted in different colors. Buildings are close together. Roads are super narrow. Cobblestones, all that jazz.
The traditional Italian Alpine village.
Yes. So we had a fan zone. They had a little food stand. They had a stage that was playing some stuff, some feed, but in front of it was a band. A Rolling Stones cover band, complete with lead singer who was trying to be Mick Jagger.
Did he have moves like Mick Jagger?
He did try to have moves like Mick Jagger. I don't know if he succeeded, but he tried really hard. He was committed to the bit.
Were they singing in Italian or English?
No, it was English.
Oh, nice.
So that was kind of cool. They do have an official store there that has a little bit different stuff. No Milo and Tina, or Milo and Tina, I guess we should be saying.
Yes.
No mascots.
Yeah, the mascots, I actually, that's what the newsletter today is about.
Okay, cool.
Is about the dearth of mascots.
And they're running out of sizes of clothing, harried workers in the store. But I did get a little Bormio notebook. That was cool. There was another store down the street that had some magnets that were kind of big and heart-shaped. They were official products. They also had official, like, wooden forks, kind of like a wooden spoon, but it was a fork and it had Milano Cortina logo in it.
Well, I wonder if they would take away the wooden forchetta, like they took away my metal forchetta when I went to short track.
Was that today?
No.
Okay. Was that a forchetta from here?
That was.
Between me and the cabinets, which we'll tell you about that when we get home. And you and the forchettas. This is not going to be this pretty. But yeah, it was Bormio was very cute. Lots of skiing places. It seemed like lots of people with cowbells and fun clothing. Swiss have a house there, so that's pretty cool. And the Swiss had a good day, so they were all happy. And it was guest list only at House of Switzerland.
They didn't want any of the riffraff.
No, I guess not. No. Before we get to today's results, we'd like to take a moment to thank everyone who donated to our fundraiser to get here. If you just found us, we're doing 32 daily episodes from Milano Cortina over the course of the Olympics and the Paralympics. A little pricey to produce. We're primarily listener supported, so we appreciate those. We appreciate you listening to the show, first of all, but we really appreciate those who go and support us financially and make sure we can come here, and they also help keep our flame alive throughout the year. And, LA's next. Big games.
Big money.
Big money. And I've got big ideas. We'll see how much we can do. But if you appreciate what we do, if you could go to flamealivepod.com, and there's a donate link. There's also a pop-up to help keep our flame alive throughout the year. We have some options for one-off donations, and if you'd like to become an ongoing patron, we've got some exclusives going on throughout these games. So that's flamealivepod.com. We appreciate you. Results. Alpine.
Well, I guess we start with you, because you were there, lady.
Got to the mountains.
And you got home from the mountains.
This one's easy peasy.
Okay.
Easy. Tesoro, the cross-country stadium, is one thing because it's like one choice of time you have to be on the thing, the bus or the train. Bormio's every hour.
That's helpful.
So I got on a different train coming home because I was done a little bit early, and of course I got on the earlier bus, and the bus got to the train station just as the train I wanted was pulling out. But that's okay.
Because there was one in an hour.
Less than an hour, because there were a few of them, but I think it was a slower one. But anyway, that is neither here nor there. You go to Milan Centrale, you get on a regional train. And going there, I didn't realize that there was a first-class car. I thought regional was just all second class, but there is a first-class car. First class means tables, which I could have used today because I was trying to edit on the fly. The tables have a cute little game imprinted on them. If you had dice and wanted to play a board game, you've got one right there. That's cute. And you take that for a couple hours maybe, and you get to Tirano, and then you get off the train. You exit the station. There's a little group of volunteers there happily directing you to the bus that should be right there, ready to go. And you ride the bus for an hour through the mountains, and it's gorgeous scenery.
Nice.
And then you get off, and then you have to walk probably close to a kilometer to get to the venue, but it's not bad. And then if you wanted to go to Livigno, you get on the next bus. You go to Livigno. It was so simple.
Oh, that's good.
So, crummy weather day up on the hill.
It was snowing. Was it?
Oh, no. It was snowing up top and raining at the bottom.
Oh, even worse.
Yeah, so like goggles were fogging up and things like that. You really had to feel the course if you were competing. The media center, I walked in, and it's wild because, and all I could think of was Pascal Watteau, who our technology director that we've talked to. There are cables everywhere. Cables, all these pink cables coming from the ceilings. So you have your basic, it's long folding tables, and they're back to back. So you have just rows of 2 folding tables all the way down. And every row of folding tables has its own chunk of pink cable. and there's like a pink cable for every seat so you can get higher speed internet. Or you plug right in so that you don't get Wi-Fi glitches. And helpful. I tried to plug in and it just didn't work for me. So I don't know what my system is like, but I tried. I still could use Wi-Fi and that was fine. First time I got a printed start list.
Ooh.
But you need it because there's no press tribune, or at least today there was no press tribune. And they didn't really even know where the press tribune was, but they knew where the mix zone was. And it's basically you stand in the mix zone and watch. So the mix zone for, if you're looking at the hill, the mix zone for me was on the right side, and the mix zone for broadcast was on the left.
Okay.
And
that actually makes sense because when you see them come down, they
go that way.
That's
That's where the sit and wait is, because it's not really a kiss and cry; it's a sit and wait.
Sit and wait, yeah.
They did have walking to the venue. There were parking spaces on the ground for kiss and ski.
I saw that. I saw that photo you had, kiss and ski.
I thought that was so cute. And so I'm standing there. It's raining. It's chilly. I dressed well, Meredith. I dressed well. I had hand warmers. I did have to use them, so that was nice. And I had a hat, but I was pretty toasty. But it's still chilly, and you're getting wet, so you're getting kind of miserable.
There's nothing you can do when you're getting wet,
right? Heard this familiar voice. Turn around, and it's Tom Kelly. So that was nice to see him.
Always nice to see a familiar face when you're in a very unfamiliar situation.
But he was funny because like I saw you. I didn't want to. I was gonna yell or kind of cross where you weren't supposed to walk. He's like, I didn't want to get yelled at.
Well, good to know that even Tom Kelly gets yelled at at these situations.
And so I basically had to stand in the U.S. carol, for lack of a better word, because they had kind of angled fences and the media thing, and different countries had different sections. And then the volunteer running the mix zone said, oh, there's only a couple of you. You can come up by the Reuters and AFP because they were going to do interviews in English. So if you wanted the Americans, we could do that. Our Americans were River Radimus, who turned 28 a couple days ago. And I meant to ask him if he got a cake, but he did not have a good day and was not happy. So I did not ask that. Well, I also forgot by that time.
But more importantly, probably not. It probably escaped your brain because you knew instinctively not the time. And
he's been in the Youth Olympic Games too. So I did want to ask him, did being in that really, how does that prep you for the Olympic stage? But maybe someday we'll talk to him. Also talked with Ryder Sarchet, who, if you were watching the feed, because I know NBC showed this, so it was caught on the feed. He had a handwritten bib number, and they showed them writing in Sharpie on a blank bib his number, and I thought, what's up with that? And I said, hey, when he came down and was talking with us, I was like, what's the story behind the handwritten bib? And he said, after the last run, I took it off and I put it in my coat pocket, and I had a banana in there, and the banana smashed all over it.
Olympic skiers, they're just like us.
Right? This is the kind of reporting we do for you, as listener Lori told me. So that was a fun story. It was kind of sloppy, and not sloppy, but the great thing is Brazil has won its first ever Winter Olympic medal, gold, and that goes to Lucas Pinheiro Brathen from Brazil, obviously. Silver went to Switzerland's Marco Odermatt, and bronze went to Loïc Milliard from Switzerland as well. Lucas was raised in Norway, and he competes for his mother's country of Brazil. He was so excited. Even Marco Odermatt was very, very happy with his performance because it did get sloppy. The course does change. I do have some audio that hopefully I can pull up for more color when I'm awake, I guess. But, he's got 3 medals in 4 races, so he's pretty thrilled about that.
And now he's done.
Oh, is he not doing the slalom?
Yes, he's done.
Okay. And the format was interesting because they did, for the second and final run, they did the top 30 competitors. And then after that, 31 through 73 were the minor countries. So, and when they go, they start at 45-second intervals.
So they're on the course at the same time.
Yes, and it's utter chaos. You look at the mountain, and it's just like when one goes past, all the course people go out, and they're fixing flags and all that stuff, and they get right off before the next person comes down. And it's just really bizarre to watch. And then if somebody falls, they have to close all the course and make sure he's okay and get him off.
But what do you do if somebody falls, but somebody else is already on the course?
They have to try. I don't know.
Kind of like in a car accident, you just got to move it off the
I guess
row.
so. I guess so.
Fast.
Yeah, it's it was an interesting show. I will say that when you see the course from the bottom, you lose maybe 30 seconds of the run from the top. And then, they just kind of appear, and they're so tiny on that hill. That hill is so big, and they are so tiny. That's my takeaway from watching Alpine in person, was how big. And then you can also tell how much stronger the favorites were and the top-tier athletes compared to the bottom tier. Not that they weren't bad. I mean, obviously, they made some Olympic standard and got here. But obviously the speed, the way they could get lower, and the way they attacked the course. So much different than the other ones. But it's good to have the participation. I mean, there was a guy from Eritrea there.
Yes, we saw them in the openings. We saw Eritrea
That's right.
march in the opening ceremony.
That's right. There was an IOC person behind me chatting with some volunteers, and they were naming all the flags that were posted on the thing. And then I just jumped in because I was like, no, Singapore's that one.
You couldn't resist.
I could not resist. And then I told the IOC guy about Flaggle, this game I like to play with producer Ben. Guess the flag every day. It's awesome.
I did that with myself at speed skating because I'm terrible with flags. I'm still working on Europe, but I got them all. And I was so excited that I remembered Latvia.
But that was a lot of fun to play Guess the Flags with people. I was really glad I went. I was surprised at how small the stands were because they were pretty much the width of the course. Then there was like a general admission pen that was on the left side if you looked at the thing, and that was where the masses were. But it just felt small. And I don't know if that's normal for Alpine venue or for that venue in particular, but it just felt like it could have been bigger for such a big event at the Winter Games. But I don't know.
And it was full, it sounds like.
It was full.
Oh, well, that's good.
Not so much the mosh pit area, but the stands were full.
Okay.
It was good times. Biathlon. Women had the 7.5-kilometer sprint today. We're getting a new generation of biathletes here. Whoa, what results. So gold went to Maren Kyrkjebø from Norway, who's 22. Silver went to Océane Michelin from France, who's 23. And bronze went to Lou Jean-Monod from France.
So Michelin was leading, and then wasn't. It was one of those last lap catch-ups. And the announcers were losing their minds at these young biathletes coming up, doing really well. The one thing I wanted to point out to you was Dorothea Viera had a really bad day. She had 3 shot penalties and finished 44th, which for her is just...
Yeah, that's really, really bad. Skiing must have been off too. Or the wax maybe was off. I don't know. Elisa Vitozzi shot clean. She finished 5th. I was really surprised about that. But she looked like she was struggling on the skis.
It was not great weather there as well.
And in fourth, a different Bulgarian, Milena Todorova. Where are they coming from besides Bulgaria, people? I know they're coming from Bulgaria, but they just are out of the woodwork, man.
So something about the new generation has decided that we're going to make a little show at the Milan Olympics.
Moving over, oh, what'd they say?
And before we do that, Deirdre Irwin,
Oh, yes, thank you.
shot clean,
Yes.
finished 47th, qualifies for tomorrow's pursuit race.
Very good. Again, with the skis.
Right. Her shooting was great. And then she was slow on her skis, which is not like her at all.
Yeah, so hope the pursuit is better. In cross country, the women had the 4x7.5 kilometer relay. Gold went to Norway, silver went to Sweden, bronze went to Finland. Julia Kern, our Team Keep the Flame Alive cross country skier, and Team USA finished 5th. Tough day there for them.
More crummy weather. It was crummy weather all across the mountains today.
Boy, oh boy. But interesting tidbits. Astrid Ørslind from Norway got her first Olympic gold medal at age 38.
Never too old.
I guess not. And that's I mean, really, in Norway, the competition to be on that team is just incredible. So good for you for getting there and sticking with it for so long. And then Sweden has had just killed it in the individual stuff, but Eva Anderson fell twice during her leg.
And didn't just fall. It really looked like she lost her ski at one point. She was this poor girl who is a very accomplished skier and has medaled in the individual events, had a very rough leg. So it's kind of a miracle that Sweden pulled out a silver on this one.
Wow. Let's go over to curling. The women's round robin, they had most of the sheets today. But everybody played one game. Oh, no. China beat Italy 8-7. Great Britain beat Canada 7-6. Japan beat Switzerland 7-5. Switzerland then beat Canada 8-7. USA beat Japan 7-4. Denmark beat Korea 6-3. And Sweden beat Italy 8-6. So a lot of pretty close matches. We have one undefeated team, which is Sweden. They are 4-0. Then Switzerland and USA are both 3-1. China's 2-1. Denmark and Korea are 2-2. Great Britain is 1-2. Canada is 1-3, as well as Japan. And Italy is 0-4. With that, we talked about the controversial
controversy over the technical official's daughter being named to the team over another curler who had much more international experience, and how that really rattled the team, and that the other three members of the team were not terribly thrilled. And it is showing up in these results. There's no way Italy should be winless at 0-4. That just doesn't reflect their skill.
In the men's round robin, Great Britain beat Czechia 7-4, Sweden beat China 6-4, Switzerland beat Canada 9-5, and USA beat Germany 8-6. Big controversy yesterday.
Yeah, so in the Sweden-Canada match, Oscar Eriksson was complaining that Mark Kennedy was double touching the stone. And not only double touching, so you're only supposed to touch the stone by the handle. You're never supposed to touch the granite. So apparently, Eriksson said that Kennedy was releasing the stone and then hitting the granite with an outstretched finger. Official went to the hog line, watched several throws of Kennedy's, and did not call him on it. However, if you see the video replay, it's pretty clear that he did. Wow. And those should all have been burnt stones. But they weren't. And they don't have video replay in curling. And so whatever happened during the match happened during the match, and that's it. But what really got nasty was the argument between Eriksson and Kennedy and the officials. And Kennedy got really offended and pulled out some colorful language, let's say. And that is what he's been given a verbal warning for from World Curling. So that if he has any other outbursts, he's going to face some consequences for this. They don't appreciate blue language in curling.
Wow.
And in the end, Canada did beat Sweden in this match 8-6. So did it matter? Was it just a positioning of his hand was odd? Who knows? But now, obviously, he's going to be very closely watched for the rest of the tournament.
And I mean, if you're going to be watched, if he is doing it, let's say if he is doing this, and that is one of the tactics in his toolbox, if you're being watched, you're not going to do it.
Right. But he was being watched and still did it.
Oh.
While the official was on the hog line.
Oh, okay.
Because that's where they have the video footage from. But maybe it was his finger was simply outstretched. And if you look at it from an angle, it looks like he's touching it.
Right.
But he's really not. But it seemed touched, which is why Sweden was losing its mind.
Wow. Men's standings right now. Switzerland is the only undefeated team at 4-0. Canada and Great Britain are 3-1. Italy and Norway are 2-1. Germany and USA are 2-2. Sweden is 1-3. And Sweden said their skip said they usually start slow and come on strong.
Well, they're fired up now.
And then China and Czechia are 0-4. I'm almost surprised about China because they hosted the last games, but then it's the wheelchair curlers that just dominate there.
And still do. So I don't think we'll be seeing 0-4 when we get to the Paralympics for China.
Sure enough. Freestyle skiing.
And I was just thinking, and if we do hear them 0-4, we'll hear that woman Kroner screaming at us for reporting it.
Okay, in freestyle skiing, we had women's double moguls today. And gold went to Jakara Anthony from Australia. Silver went to Jalen Koff from USA. And bronze went to Elizabeth Lemley from USA.
And this is apparently a new event for the women.
Oh, nice.
Doing dual moguls.
Okay.
And yet again, the conditions were so bad all over the mountains. It was snowing, the wind was blowing. It was really difficult visibility. There was fog. It was crazy. But one thing I did see, because the conditions were so bad, and they kept talking about the white sky and the white ground, were the techs throwing the branches on the moguls to get that visual relief.
All right, Stephanie. There's one bit of an answer for you.
So for moguls, they just kind of throw them scattered.
I have a question in, Stephanie, about ski jumping. We'll get to ski jumping, but I see them there.
Those
yes
are placed carefully by hand.
Oh. We'll get there.
So, but this makes 3 gold medals for Australia, 1 silver. It's the most medals Australia has won at a Winter Olympics.
Nice.
Previous record was Vancouver and 3 medals. And Lemley just killed it in the bronze medal match.
Nice.
Edged her out. It was really, really good racing. If you want to go back and see those last 2 races, they're pretty fun to watch.
Excellent. We also had big air qualification for free ski. And the standings after that, Megan Oldham from Canada's in the lead, followed by Eileen Gu from China and Mathilde Grimaud from Switzerland. So they compete on Monday for the finals. We had some ice hockey going on.
We still have ice hockey going on. Let's see what's happening. Oh, ice hockey is done.
Okay, so men had some group play. Sweden beat Slovakia 5-3. Finland crushed Italy 11-0. And then Latvia beat Germany 4-3.
And the U.S. beat Denmark 6-3.
Oh, wow. Okay. And the women had their quarterfinals. Canada beat Germany 5-1, and Switzerland beat Finland 1-0.
That was tight match.
I'm sure it was. Tough one. Moving over to skeleton, that's what's taken over the sliding track right now. Women's skeleton had the last 2 heats. And obviously the finals and medals were awarded. Janine Flock from Austria won gold. Susanna Kraher from Germany won silver. And Jacqueline Pfeiffer from Germany won bronze.
But the wildest moment happened to the Italian Valentina Margoglio. She lost pieces of her sled on run 4. We watched this. She seemed to hit the top of the run, and then a few seconds later, 2 little pieces of her sled came flying off. Wow. She didn't seem to notice, so I guess it wasn't ones that she needed.
Well, and she's done with the race at that point.
She's done with the race, so she was okay. Thankfully, it wasn't anything serious that caused any injury to anyone.
Right.
Maybe it hurt the drone.
You never know.
Did they damage the drone from flying up in the air? But you could see it very clearly that these 2 pieces just fly off the side.
She finished 16th. She's the oldest athlete on the circuit and has the push record.
So she's dealt with this before.
Yes. Moving over to ski jump, we had the men's large hill today. Gold went to Domen Previc from Slovenia. That's the second gold of the games for him. He also won gold in mixed team. His second jump was the longest of the night.
And he just hung up there and kept going. Because actually some of this I was listening to rather than watching because I was doing some other work. And I could hear the takeoff and then wait for the landing. And in this jump, I was like, wait, he hasn't landed yet? So I switched it back to see, and no, he hadn't landed yet. He was still going.
Ren Nikaido from Japan won silver. This is third medal of the games for him. And Kasper Tomasiak from Poland won the bronze, and that's his second medal. So top guys are cleaning up.
And pretty standard countries in ski jumping to do very well.
Yes. For Valentine's Day, they put a heart image on the normal hill. So that was really cute to see if they showed the 2 runs from the front. But you were talking about the pine branches.
Yes. So if you notice the pine branches in ski jump, they're in very strict rows.
Yes.
And very strategically placed. So those are placed by hand. Because I saw them cleaning, or at least they were tidying them by hand.
Okay. Interesting. On the list. Stephanie, it's still on the list. I did put a question in to ski jump too. We'll see if they come back with anything. Legendary Polish jumper Kamil Stoch finished 21st in this event. This is his 6th and final games. He started at Torino 2006. Over his career, he's had 3 golds and a bronze, including a sweep of the individual competitions at Sochi 2014. He says he's happy he made it to the games and has had such a long history at the games, but obviously disappointed in his performance.
And again, I love the circle of starting at Italy and then finishing in Italian games again.
That is very cool. And I am very surprised he's here. I was actually surprised he was in Beijing, to be quite honest. I saw him there. I'm like, whoa, what are you?
You're still jumping.
Yeah. And he is tiny. They're all so tiny.
Yes.
I worry about ski jumpers.
We need to feed them.
Yeah, I mean, feeding them is one thing. I'm very curious. I mean, we talked about this a while back about how eating disorders run rampant, especially among men, to get them to be light as possible so they fly farther. Yep. It's tough. It's tough seeing that in person.
Yes.
Ski jump is a little too far to get out to, but
something we'll have to revisit.
Yes. In short track speed skating, we had several races today. Were you there for some of this? Or no, you were at speed skating.
I was at speed skating.
Okay, so short track, we had the men's 1500. Gold went to Jens van Twoot from Netherlands. Korea's Hwang Dae-young won silver, and bronze went to Robert Kreutzbergs from Latvia. So
the Dutch win again. He's a double gold medalist now, as they are wont to do when they're supposed to skate fast.
Very good. Women's had the 1,000 meter heats. Our Corinne Stoddard did not advance out of those. Tough. She's having a tough game.
She's having a tough game, and she wrote a very. She's struggling. It seems like she wrote a post apologizing for her poor performance. To which I say she doesn't have to apologize to anybody except maybe herself, because I know she's struggling with this.
Yeah.
But those of us who are fans do not feel any animosity towards her for having a rough games. We feel concerned that she's having a rough games.
Yeah.
And she's young. She's allowed. I'm sad for her because it's on the biggest stage and you're not having a great race.
Right. And obviously the feeling that she needs to produce a medal. And we're starting to get to that point in the games where you look at the medal table and then that people are going, oh, U.S. isn't doing very well. And we're supposed to have more gold medals than we do now. And we don't. And it's hard to put those expectations on because, yeah, you want people to win gold medals, but you also don't want them to be so stressed out that they break.
Malinen.
Yeah.
Mental health matters more than gold medals. And doing well matters more than gold medals. And I wish we focused more on, did you have the performance that you can be proud of?
Right. I do appreciate it when they put season's best on everybody's. And that's not just in speed skating or in figure skating. You see that in other sports too, timed sports. And I think that's really helpful to remember that that's what's important. If you come here to do your best, and not everybody's going to get to the podium. Not everybody has that level of talent. But if you come out and you're 14th and you get your season's best in something or PR, awesome.
Can't do better than that.
No. The women's 3,000 meter relay had their semifinals today and back to short track. Corinne Stoddard and Team USA finished third in their semifinal. They do not advance. Do they go to the B final?
They go to the B final.
Okay. The A final will be Canada, Korea, Italy, and the Netherlands. Oh, and we didn't mention what a crazy race the 1,500 meter for the men's was, because it was like 9 people on that track.
There were 9 people in that race, and there were 2 crashes during the race, though none really affected the results.
Right. And cones everywhere. It was like those cone guys could not get there fast enough. So cones are flying. They can't get picked up. And
skaters are flying. Yeah. Cones are flying. It was a mess.
But the Orange get something to celebrate. There was a whole little contingent of Netherlands people at Alpine.
Well, they're very easy to spot.
I know.
They travel in packs. They're long and mean no harm. And they have the most outrageous orange outfits on. I mean, and I don't say that because they're orange, because some people who cheer for the Judge just wear normal pieces of clothing in orange. And then there are people who are in orange lederhosen.
Right, with orange wigs.
With orange wigs and orange leis and giant orange capes. I saw that today. 2 women had felt orange capes that clearly they had made themselves, and they were gorgeous. They do it to themselves.
Well, you know, if you're going to be orange, be proud.
Exactly.
And then wrapping up tonight, we had speed skating, which you went to. Tell me all about it.
Jordan Stolz, man, is something to behold.
Yeah.
The speed, but obviously this was the 500, so this is the sprint. The speed and the power that comes off of that man is really breathtaking in a way that obviously all these sprinters are powerful and fast. But the way he comes off the line and just gets faster as he's going, I have never seen anything like it. Even in sprinters, I haven't seen it, because this is 500 meters of that, and it's on the ice, so you've got that slide and glide. I cannot express to you that my amazement in what a human body can do watching him. It's wild.
So he took the gold.
So Jordan Stolz took the gold with an Olympic record. Netherlands took silver. It's Yenning de Boo. And Canada's Laurent Debreu took the bronze. And in his pair, he broke the Olympic record first. And then Stolz and Deboo broke his record coming up in a following pair. So it was wild. Of course, the Americans in the crowd, there was a good contingent, loved it. This is Deboo's second silver he's been silver behind Stolz both times. And I loved this. So this is the second gold for Stolz in the 2 shortest races, the 500 and the 1,000. And he's the first American man to win both races since our friend Eric Heiden in 1980.
Is he our friend now?
He's always
Wait,
my friend. I like to imagine that he's my friend.
Wait, let's pull back the curtain and step into your imaginary mind, the stage there, where I was like, wait a second, I forgot we met Eric Heiden.
We've never met Eric Heiden, but I've been a fan of Eric Heiden since I was 8 years old. So in my brain, he's my friend. And I imagine that someday I'll break my leg and Dr. Heiden will have to fix it for me. And I'll be like, hey, Dr. Eric, I broke my leg and I'm your fan. Will you take care of me?
And he will say yes.
He will say, of course. I appreciate you. And I appreciate that you've been my admirer all these years.
And I have a resident in, so they're going to do most of the work. I'm just going to...
He would never. Dr. Heiden would take care of me himself. He wouldn't pawn me off on some resident. I'm an old lady with delicate bones. He would appreciate the challenge to his medical prowess.
I can see the X-ray now. Ooh, these are delicate.
She's an old lady with delicate bones.
How did we get here?
Well, you judged my friendship with Eric Heiden
You
and
don't
questioned
have a
me.
friendship with Eric Heiden. Do you have like an Eric Heiden doll or paper doll that you've made that you like play with so you can have a conversation? He doesn't have a podcast. How can you be friends?
What, you think I only have friends through the podcast? You don't think I have any real friends?
I know you have real friends, but they don't include Eric Heiden.
How do you know?
Because he doesn't live on the East Coast. Wait, you Zoom with him or something?
I have telehealth with Dr. Heiden.
Gosh, I bet he costs a fortune too.
We also had some pursuit going on.
Pursue this.
Pursue my friendship with Eric Heiden. So we had the quarterfinals to the women's team pursuit. So the semifinal matchups are going to be Canada versus the U.S. That's going to be a rip roar.
Oh.
And Japan versus Netherlands.
Oh man, that's gonna be tough. Was that fun to watch in person?
Oh my
Because
goodness!
it's what I like about it when they show it on the screen is that they invariably put the two finish lines.
Yes.
And then you see that happening, but it's more fun. You get like the whole picture of what's
you get
going
the
on.
whole picture and how the teams work as a unit. It is three people functioning as one, and that's special to watch. And I did get confused with the two finish lines because when they were first going, I forgot about that, and then I got all confused. I was like, "Wait, why are they on up?" But then I settled down and
Okay.
and remembered how this race worked.
Did you get seats?
Oh, did I get a table? No.
Yeah, no.
I never get a table at speed skating. I just get my seat with my feet on the chair in front of me. I make a little lap desk.
Okay.
And if anybody looks at me because I have my feet on the seat, I just look back at them and dare them to say something to me because I'm going to get my friend Eric Heiden to come and defend me.
I just have all these things. I have all these things going through my mind. I can't even.
This broke you, apparently. My friendship with Eric Heiden is more
Most
than you can
unusual friendship. Does he wear the doctor's coats to your play dates?
I think I do need to make a little Eric Heiden paper doll now and talk to him.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Out of Kleenex. I have all this Kleenex and this is never where I need it. Wait, oh man, napkin. Oh my gosh. Wow, well, this has been a show. We've got some Team Keep the Flame Alive to watch tomorrow.
Yes, we got plenty. So women's monobob is starting. So Bree Walker and Alana Myers-Taylor will be racing in that. And as we mentioned earlier, Deidre Irwin will be racing in the women's 10-kilometer pursuit and biathlon.
That's tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, both the men and the women are racing tomorrow. And we don't have any men from Team Keep the Flame Alive on there. Thank you.
Erin Jackson will be speed skating in the 500 meters, and Spencer Howe will be starting the pairs program with the short.
Oh my gosh.
We've got a busy day tomorrow.
We do have a busy day, and I was thinking about going out to Livigno.
I was going to tell you, I don't know if you want to go out to Livigno tomorrow because the weather is supposed to be very bad tomorrow and Monday. They're moving some things around.
Okay, then I'll take a look at the schedule. Maybe because I do want to see Erin skate at some point.
Well, this is your last chance.
Oh, that's right, because she already
did the 1,000, so
all right,
you're staying in
I
town.
guess so. Getting some sleep, because obviously I need it. I can't take in the information of all your Olympic friends.
If anybody wants to make me some paper dolls, I am here for it.
I might go to the main press center tomorrow. And learn how to hook my computer up to the printer. I've got scissors.
They take them away from you at the main press center.
Not if I print it out and bring it home.
Oh, that's true. Because they tried to take my scissors away at the main press center. They said, "Why do you need scissors?" And I said, "Because I'm an office person. I like having scissors." But apparently they thought I was going to go after Kirsty Coventry with my scissors or something, which I would never. I just use it to cut the A4 paper into normal American size paper. That is what I do with the scissors.
Well, then you need an A4 folder, which there are a dearth of in Italy. I've not really seen them around. I'm kind of bummed about it.
I'll go to Essolungo.
I went to Essolungo. I looked. They have some kind of folio stuff, but I'm a big A4 folder. And not that I need another A4 folder in my life, let's be honest, but I do love having
You do love A4 paper.
Yes. Okay, we've got shout outs today. And
to our very good friend, who's actually our friend.
Yes.
David Davis.
Like David Davis, the handball player for Spain, who won bronze at Beijing 2008. It's kind of cool that there is another David Davis. I'm sure there are many David Davises out there in the world, but
not as good as our David Davis.
No, that's true. That's true. And if you haven't read any of his books,
you should.
He's a beautiful writer. And we have mascots.
We've got listener Charlotte's Abby shared with you all games long.
And that is going to do it for this episode. If you want even more of the most fun coverage of the games, hit us up. We're at flamealivepod.com. That is your source for our socials, our newsletter, which is fun, and direct ways to contact us. And be sure to tune in tomorrow for what we forgot to tell you about today, which is probably some more friendships that we've cultivated in our minds. All right. Well, we figured it out. It's day 7 today?
It's day 8.
Day 8. We broke. All right. Grazie mille for listening.
And until next time, ciao, and keep the flame alive.